Data Jockey here, machine learning for Victorian racing. Race 7 at Caulfield, Saturday 25 July 2026. Let us get straight into it. Here is what the model is saying about Race 7 at Caulfield in brief. Two selections on the board. Meraval Rose carries the place selection, the model's strongest read for this race. Recommendation sits in the same race multi only as the top four leg. So the short version, Meraval Rose to place, multi combining both for the value angle. Worth staying for the full breakdown though, because this race has some genuinely interesting detail behind it, and the reasoning matters more than the headline. Race 7 at Caulfield, 9 runners, top 3 paying the place dividend. The model's read here is interesting straight away. The favorite is not the top selection. That is the model telling you it sees value the market has missed. This is precisely the kind of scenario where the data and the crowd disagree, and that disagreement is where the value sits. Two selections from the model for this race, a place pick, and a same race multi combining both. Remember, not every race makes the cut. The model only selects when the value is genuinely there, and today it is. On to the breakdown. Before the picks, here is the short version of how this works, because it sets this channel apart from most tipping content out there. Every selection comes from a machine learning model trained on Victorian racing results, and it does not stop learning. Every race meeting feeds back into it, sharpening it over time. The key difference from almost everything else in this space, most models and most tipsters are chasing the winner. This one was built to chase something else entirely: place finishers. Horses that land in the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different target, and it changes everything about how the model is built. It is simultaneously weighing dozens of variables across the full field: pace, distance, field composition, historical form, how each horse matches up against today's rivals specifically, all at once, in ways that are genuinely hard to replicate manually. Want the deeper methodology? It is linked in the description below. For now though, Race 7 is on the table and the model has a clear view on it. Let us get into the picks. Pick 1, the model's top selection for Race 7. Meraval Rose, currently third in the market, not the favorite, not the headline horse, just sitting there in the market at a price that the model thinks is completely wrong. And that gap between what the market thinks and what the model thinks, that is exactly the kind of value this model looks for. Now I am going to be straight with you about something, because I think it actually makes you trust this more, not less. I cannot give you one clean reason why the model has landed on Meraval Rose. That is genuinely not how it works. It is not saying this horse loves Caulfield or has a great record at this distance, or whatever the standard form guide would tell you. That kind of single-factor analysis is what everyone else is doing. The model is doing something completely different. It is processing dozens of variables simultaneously. Track conditions, distance, field size, the specific horses in this race today, historical patterns across thousands of Victorian races. All of it at once, finding relationships between those variables that no human eye could spot. And that is the entire point. If I could reduce it to one sentence, you would not need the model. You could just read the form guide yourself. What I can tell you, and this is what matters, is that the market has Meraval Rose at third in the market, and the model has it as the top pick for Race 7. That gap is where the value is. That gap is what this model was built to find. This model was built to find place finishers, not winners. So when it rates a horse as the top pick, it is saying this horse fits the historical pattern of horses that hit the places. That is a different lens entirely to what most analysts are working with. Meraval Rose for the place. Top 3 finish in a 9-runner field. That is what the model is saying about Race 7. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. On to pick 2, recommendation, sitting at 5th in the market. This is a different category of selection compared to pick 1, and the distinction is worth spelling out clearly. The model has recommendation pegged as a likely top 4 finisher, but it does not extend that confidence to a top 3 finish specifically. That is the key difference. There is not enough in the data to support a standalone place selection on recommendation, but there is enough to support its role in the same race multi as the top 4 leg. This might look like a small technical point, but in a 9-runner field, it carries real weight. Top 3 pays a place dividend, 4th simply does not. So recommendation is not the model's idea of a place bet on its own. Its value sits in the multi. Reading the model's view on recommendation plainly, it belongs in this race, fits the top 4 shape of this field, but getting into top 3 specifically is less certain. For the multi, top 4 is sufficient. Meraval Rose finishing top 3, recommendation finishing top 4, that is what the model is backing for race 7. The same race multi for race 7. Meraval Rose as a top 3 finisher, recommendation as a top 4 finisher. Check your wagering provider for availability on this market. Now, before you consider placing it, something worth being clear about, because it is easy to get this confused. These are 2 completely different bet types with completely different probability profiles. They are not interchangeable, and they are not equally likely to land. The place selection on Meraval Rose is the higher probability option. The model is more confident in that outcome. Lower return, yes, but a stronger chance of landing. That is where the model has the most confidence for race 7. The same race multi is the longer odds option. Both legs need to land. Meraval Rose in top 3, recommendation in the top 4. Lower probability than the place alone. But the return if both land is meaningfully better. You do not have to consider both. The place selection on Meraval Rose is where the model has the strongest signal. The same race multi is there for those who want to explore the longer odds option. Whatever you decide, go in with a clear understanding of what each bet requires. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decision. Following along with the full card today, every race has its own video, all sitting in the playlist, uploaded before race 1 kicks off. Worth checking the other races to see which selections line up with your approach. Some punters like to combine several of the model's picks into a place multi. Your wagering provider will have the details on how that works. Always make your own informed call before placing anything. One more important point, check for scratchings before you bet on anything. They happen on race morning and can change a race completely. For race 7, the model's place selection is Meraval Rose. The rest of the card is sitting in the playlist if you want to keep going. If you have not subscribed yet, this runs for every Victorian meeting, every race day, completely free. And that is race 7 Caulfield done. The place selection is Meraval Rose, with the same race multi-combination sitting at Meraval Rose top 3 and recommendation top 4 for anyone chasing the longer odds. Results are tracked and posted publicly every week without exception, every good week and every bad one included. That ongoing record, built up week after week, is the fairest way to judge whether this model is genuinely worth following, rather than taking any single claim on faith. As always, this is purely for entertainment purposes. Please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. See you in the next video.